Well, hello. Jump right on in. You're at Father Fish.
I just wanted to ask a question here. I
Sure.
have this tank that had a beta in it, but I'm trying to introduce it to this tank with another beta.
Okay.
They're currently in there. The white one keeps chasing and flaring, but the other one doesn't really want to fight. Do you think this will stop, or will it end up the white one killing her?
I'm trying to see if it's for sure. Yeah, it's two males. It's not a good idea.
Not a good
One of
idea.
them, yeah, one of them is going to wound up getting destroyed. If you can find some females, put a couple of females in there. Even one will be good. Yeah, they're not going to, they might not survive, or one of them at least, might not survive the evening. I would not
Oh,
do
okay.
that. Yeah, it just,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay, so
There
I'll
you go.
remove the other one.
Pretty, yeah, do. They're too pretty to lose.
All right.
Nice,
Thank you so much.
nice fish. You bet, Caden. Thank you.
Have a good one.
I used chemicals, but then I found out, I watched your videos and I saw, it's pretty much poison for the fish. It's not really anything helpful. It's just poison. And
Well, a lot of it is. That's right.
like
But the
I
difference is, it's the difference between living a natural life or living a technological life. Technology is what's got us in so much trouble because we've got all this advanced technology and we don't know
yeah,
what
like
to do
AI
with
and stuff like that. Yeah.
We don't know what to do with it. We don't know how to
Yeah.
we don't know how to treat it. I was talking with somebody earlier today about it, and he was bemoaning the fact that so much of what we do is flatly immoral, but it's based on typically profit motive from technology. We do something because we're capable of doing it, not because it ought to be done. And so it'll be done by maybe a major corporation, um, but will be done because they're making a profit on it and not because it's something that's particularly beneficial or even
They're not caring for the
particularly
fish. They just want the money in their pockets, you're saying.
well. Yeah, they're not thinking about the they're not thinking about the moral humanitarian implications, and that's where we're stuck. Yeah, I know there has been. Um, I think it's just scare tactics. I have fed bloodworm daily for years to certain fish and never had a problem with it. I really would not worry about it at all. No, no, it's perfectly normal. It's creating carbon dioxide, CO2, which is perfectly normal. It's what it's supposed to do. So it's because the chemicals are very active at the beginning, so they tend to create more gas. But it just goes up and goes out of the tank. Doesn't hurt a thing. Not a problem. Well, no idea why it died. Um, if they're not eating, that means they're getting enough food otherwise. Are you feeding other fish in there? Is there other food going in? They do eat the waste of other fish. So if you've got them in with other fish, they're probably already getting more than adequate food. If you got a heater in the tank, raise the temperature to 86 degrees. They're scratching because they have ick. It probably got cold, probably dropped down into the mid 70s or so. But if you'll kick it up to 86 and leave it up there for a week, it'll get rid of the ick and kill it. Put some fish in there. They'll eat the mosquito larvae and they'll start fertilizing the plants. You need fish in that tank.
Yeah.
That's why you got mosquito larvae, because you don't have fish in it. So unless you want to get your butt chewed off all night long, put some fish in it right away. Today, in fact, it would be good to do it within the next 5 minutes. If you don't have any, go get them. Put them in there. Get them in there ASAP, or you'll be sorry because you'll have a house full of mosquitoes. Mosquito larvae are a really great food, but it's not so great when you just let them grow up and become little flying buggers. That becomes irritating. I use the tablets. The powder would probably be easier to use. Two things about vitamin C. Excuse me, I got a croak down there, a frog down there. He's blocking my vocal labs. Vitamin C. Number one, you want to make sure it's organic. In other words, you don't want to buy something that has flavoring in it, like no orange vitamin C. Try to get just the plain vitamin C. And the reason I say it's organic is to say it is completely harmless in your tank. It does, and I don't know the science of it, but I know it does defeat chlorine and chloramine.
I also wanted to ask one more question.
Yes, go ahead.
When do you think this not bacterial bloom, but more like algae will go away? When do you think it'll go away?
It'll get better or it'll get worse. If it starts getting worse, do you have a sponge filter in there?
I can crank it up right here. I have a I have one of these things that I can just turn it up.
Yeah, that would help.
Okay.
If it gets worse, do a 10% water change.
Okay.
And you can do that. You can do that every day. That's like a little bit of rain every day. Actually, it's like a whole lot of rain. Do some water changes, reduce feeding. It's a combination of things. That's also high nitrates. Reduce feeding, change food if needed, do some partial water changes. You can manually remove the cyano, but that doesn't get rid of it. It'll come right back. You have to get the cause covered, which means you can put a phosphate sponge in there if you think that's really what it is. Not going to hurt anything, and if that's what it is, it'll remove it, and you'll see a difference. Frankly, I haven't had a phosphate problem in 20 years. It's kind of unusual anymore, really. Usually, it's a function of overfeeding. So, watch carefully what you're feeding. You're probably overdoing it. Whichever ones you like that you can get. Usually there's not a lot of choice. Angels are angels. The differences are all just aesthetic. They're superficial. One is not easier or more difficult than the other, particularly. Just whatever you like. Oh, yeah, I do actually. I went through the list yesterday for my supplier. He had about 25 different species of cories, some of which were like $40 a piece at retail.
Oh, wow.
Just some pretty nice ones, lasers, a lot of really cool stuff. I don't buy the expensive stuff. I do buy some nice stuff. I always had pandas and stir-by. You know, I've got the nicer ones, but the real expensive ones, I'll get them if somebody wants them. But I don't want to, spend the money and have them sit there forever. I did get lasers. Lasers run about $25 a piece.